Glory to y'all, welcome to the channel. So today I want to talk about one thing that actually sets the MPC Key 37 apart from all other MPCs so far. So it has a feature, it does this one thing that no other MPC does. Shout out to Bullethead Beats 2296 who brought this to my attention in the comments of my last video. One feature that the Key 37 has that most people aren't talking about is the ability to control transmit MIDI over USB while in standalone mode. It's old tech, but the modern line of MPCs haven't been able to do this until the release of the MPC Key 37. That means you can simply connect to and control your DAW with a USB cable only. No need for a MIDI interface or USB to MIDI cable. All right, so I think there is some confusion. People don't understand what's going on here. They assume that the MPC, any MPC can do this, but what is being confused, I believe, is the MIDI USB port versus the MIDI USB A port. So the MIDI USB B port is the port that you use to connect to your computer to go into controller mode. So what this allows you to do is, rather than using an external audio MIDI interface or just a MIDI interface to connect to your computer to control SoftSense or apps like Contact, this will allow you to just go through that USB B cable without going into controller mode and control your DAW or any of those virtual instruments that you have on your computer. So Bullethead Beats goes on to add later, all of the MPCs will sync with external gear over USB, but they will not sync with your computer, whether it's a Mac or PC with a simple USB cable only. I see most people understand what I'm referring to. Andy Mack and I had a conversation about this yesterday, and he told me the Key 37 has a hardware add, listen to that allows it to send MIDI over USB to and from your computer. He also said the other units can't do it without a MIDI interface or MIDI USB cable. Okay, so that really adds to the fact that this does stand out in another way versus all other MPCs. That he spoke to Andy Mack, and I'm taking his word for it. I believe it. So I want to go over to the website and look for that in the description for the Key 37. All right, so here looking at the product description straight from the Akai Pro website. I was looking at this the other day and I found some keywords or a key phrase. Let's go down here. And I believe it is right here. So if you look at the wording here, MPC Key 37 packs a diverse lineup of I/O to interact with a wide variety of devices, connect synth, sound modules, modular racks, studio monitors, and more via stereo 1/4 inch inputs and outputs. Direct USB MIDI. There it is. 5-pin MIDI in, MIDI out. There it is, direct USB MIDI being the key word. All right, so we're looking at our tracks. If I switch this over to a MIDI track and then I go down to MIDI port and scroll, if I keep going, I see that I have a USB MIDI port 1 and 2. So this is something in contrast to looking at, let's say, the MPC Live. You don't have that option, it stops here. So I got the Live 2 here, and if I turn this, you can see that it stops at remote. No option for USB MIDI ports. So I mostly just do everything standalone. I don't have a computer set up with like Contact or any DAWs, but what I do have right now is FL Studio Mobile on my Android device. So this is really simple. It's not even much of a tutorial. We look at this, it's plug and play. If I go to my settings, I already see right there, it says Akai Professional MPC Key 37 port 1. Now I can play the keys and it will control FL Studio Mobile. So there you go. Just wanted to clear that up, a little bit of confusion in the community as far as these MPC goes. This is set apart quite a bit with just one hardware detail. Shout out to Bullethead Beats for sharing this information. I appreciate y'all. If you find some value in the video, give the video a thumbs up. Y'all bless. Keep on running with your dreams. Come on.